Hey everyone, welcome to my current island tour. My island is currently inspired by Amsterdam. It's called Amarela. This is my map. As you can see, there's lots of paths. And these are my current villages. So, for the tour, we start here at the airport. It's a lovely evening, so you can see the village in all of its evening glory. Here we go. So when you arrive, there's a signpost to the resident services saying to go to the right. So here we go. And we get to here. Here we have an extension of the main plaza. As you can see, there are some benches, a communal post box. Diana's sat down there, just enjoying the evening. And then of course we have our resident services and the flag, which I did not design, I found it on Instagram. If you don't come up through the plaza, you see there is a sign pointing back towards the airport and also a sign pointing towards the shops. However, we're going to go down onto the beach. So this beach here is split up into a couple of little sections. Here we have a couple of beach towels. We have a little restauranty type area. Over here we have a surfing area, surfing, swimming, lifeguard's chair and surfboards. There's a little hidden hammock here under the palm trees. Up here we have a little lookout post and some beds to lie on. Okay, so this is where you would come across from the resident services. Little bridge down a canal, and here we have our kind of market stalls, shopping street, main street if you will. This is of course Nook's Cranny with like a Timmy and Tommy's tricycles and fortune telling cart, fortune cookie cart. And then up here we have the Able sisters, of course. Now if you go past the Able sisters, there's this little hidden lookout, which as you can see, creates a perspective of looking down at a little seaside town with some cars and a train, some little houses and of course a lighthouse. And if you go past where we were earlier, with the beds and everything, past the very loud waterfall, you come to a little hidden library with books and a little area to sit and read. Moving on back across the resident services plaza, we come to the main marketplace. Here we have a whole bunch of stalls with loads of different items for sale, including my free DIY stalls, all the repeats that I get, some toys, some souvenirs. And over here a little fountain. If you come back up through here, we get to one of our canals, where you can sit by the river and have a drink of some sort. as we come over here, we have a couple of houses on this side of the street. Here we have Nan's house and Stitch's house. Stitch's is just walking past here. And then we have one of two bridges along this canal, which leads over to our main resident street. Here's the other bridge, which also leads across to a little private beach area with a couple more beach towels, some sandals, and someone's built a sandcastle. So like I said, you go across the bridge and you come to the resident street. But first we'll explore this area down here. This is kind of a little, like you see in a lot of European cities, towns, places where artists will set up and paint. Also some like cloth for show. Here we have our little port area. So we have some benches, a couple of stalls. Over here we have a barrel, someone's suitcase if they're ready to get on a ship and go on holiday. Some seaweed that's been newly added, and of course the pier with the beautiful sunset in the background. Coming up this way we have some pathing, we have some more beds with umbrellas in the background to keep the shade. And here we come to kind of just like a fun zone, if you will. Somewhere that you might send the kids, or kind of a holiday camp. And this is where you could get a cocktail from the tiki bar. Perfect. Okay, so we're back to the bottom of the residence street. Here we have Poppy's house, who's currently asleep, or was asleep on the bench over there. All of the houses on this street have their own little garden, with different flowers, a little table and a lamp, and they all have shelf wreaths, as it is summer. This is Diana's house. She's very elegant, so she has a lovely fountain, and a place where she can lie down and sunbathe. A little bit more private for her. Next we have Midge's house. There's a bird, she has a bird bath in her garden. And last, whose house doesn't quite fit the theme, we have our newest resident, Gonzo, who I figured as an old man koala, he'd be a bit more private, so I put some trees up there for him. As it backs onto my house, I have a little garden area as well, a yellow bike, and a wildflower section as well, where I was trying to grow lots of different flowers. So let's head inside. So I decided to make my house, or at least this main room, as if it could be a holiday home or a European villa. So of course we have our work table over here, some shelves, a little sofa. Heading off to the right, we have our bathroom. I love how this room looks and feels. Of course you've got your bath. If we pan around we can see the shower as well. There we go, put the shower on. Got a little bit of privacy for the toilet here, and a Shell speaker. room is a kitchen, lovely and bright. Got the plaques on the wall from the museum sticker thing. Stove and a fridge, a microwave, everything you would need in a kitchen. Off to the left, I have a room where I organise presents for all my villagers. So I have posters from each of them. The rest are on this wall over here that I got from visiting Half's Island and taking photos with them. Some wrapping paper there. And on this wall, I have the posters of all of my previous villagers that don't live on the island anymore. So there's Flora, there's Gladys, there's Piers, there's Shep, there's Paula, and there's Bianca. Upstairs we have my bedroom, which is lovely and pink and girly. Lots of teddy bears and dolls and soothing music, and a beautiful shell bed. I also have the photos that some of the villagers have given me. And then last but not least, we have the basement, which is kind of like a little study area. We've got bugs, we've got books and computers, we've got fish and stuff in the corner. This is also where I drop my turnips if I buy some, to keep them until I can find a good price. It's kind of just a hodgepodge of artifacts and thingamabobs, but I love how it looks. Back outside, heading down to the middle of the street where you possibly saw these signs which say tulip fields on them. Just like Amsterdam, I really wanted a big flower feature. Just before we go through, we have my rock garden, again inspired by someone's design that I found on Instagram. Makes it really easy to just do my rocks all in one go, and I really like how it looks. Here is the tulip field. While it was a pain to grow all of these flowers, it certainly was helpful during the recent bug off, because lots of butterflies and bugs would congregate here. Just at the top here we have my campsite. Down here, in this kind of dugout area with lots of waterfalls and little streams around the edge. When I was building up most of the island, I really wanted somewhere that felt more natural, and the campsite seemed like the perfect place to do that. Over to the right here we have these little round stones which lead to a little hop puzzle over this little canal here. But we're not going to go across that way just yet. We're going to head down here to where Suche is. Up here we have a smaller continuation of the canal with rainbow flowers on either side, and this leads up to the not so secret beach where Red docks his boat. We have a bench that we can sit on and watch the sky, and also a good place to go swimming from now. Back down the other side we come to the second residential street. Here we have Rory's house. As you can see, I've put panels with the fake house fronts on the back to kind of create the illusion that there are more houses here than we can actually get to. Here's one museum entrance. This is Sherb's house. Here's the second resident house on my island. Just as you can see here, we've got lots of bikes, just like in Amsterdam again. bikes that you can hire and go cycling just against the canal. As it says we're open, let's go inside. So here we have a sort of all-encompass extra area, if you will. So as you can see, we have a diner. Over to the right, we have the women's bathroom. Pretty simple. Over to the left, you may have guessed we have the men's bathroom. Of course, there's a wet floor sign here. There would be a spillage in the men's. In the back here, we have the diner's kitchen, obviously where all the food would be prepared, a couple of storage places, industrial sinks, a little stove hob here, big garbage can, and obviously the diner counter stools as well. Upstairs we have a youth hostel inspired dorm room type thing. So if lots of young people were coming to stay in the village, then they would book a bed here, give them somewhere to stay at night time. You each have a bunk bed, a couple of drawers or a wardrobe, and it's even got a table football as well. And then downstairs, in the basement, we have like a kind of live lounge / club type area, autographs from famous people on the wall, lots of big sofas to sit on. Imagine famous people would come here on their tour and play this venue. People would be dancing around here. So yeah. So that's it for this house. As we continue along this residence street, we have Hornsby's house, and then across the other museum entrance we have Fauna's house, who's currently outside investigating the flowers. As we continue around the corner, we come to a couple of staircases. These lead up to my orchard and my little gardening sites. So we have like all the tools you might need, lots of different plants, toolkits, little area to sit down, a workbench obviously, and some leaves that would have been raked. Here we have my huge orchard. When I was redesigning my town, I knew that I wanted a really big orchard. I have all the fruits apart from my native fruit, which is the apple. Okay, heading back down, across this way, we come to the next area, which is a beachside restaurant. I would stand here and I would say, yes, we have your reservation, please follow me. You'd come down this path here. Here's the outside kitchen area, wood fire stove, pizza. You'd be able to sit on the beach, look out at the ocean, and up here is an area for live music. Maybe a singer or just a pianist. Yeah. Last but not least, we have the museum, and more importantly, the museum garden, which is the lead up to the museum. You come up one of two ways, and as you walk towards the museum, you can see lots of interesting things. Here we have a model of the Tower of Pisa, a sculpture, fossil. Well, another fossil. Of course, the grand entrance to the museum. Another sculpture, a model of Stonehenge, an Alexander Birdwing model, Triceratops. I believe that's everything. I'm not very good at tours, especially as my village at the moment doesn't really have one single way to go around it, so I know I've kind of hopped back and forth from things. I spent a lot of hours doing this, and I just wanted a way to document it, so I'm really proud of how it turned out. Animal Crossing is a very creative game for me, and as soon as I've finished this, I will be going on and starting the island again for a whole different project. I will probably include some photos as well that I've taken on the island, what I really like, just so you can see it from a couple of different perspectives. But yeah, if you've got this far, thank you very much. I know it's not the best quality, but like I said, I just really wanted to document what I've done. Thank you very much for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.